Hello lovely people, it's time to unwind with wine, and in this episode we're going to be discussing, when is enough, good enough as a person? This is an interesting topic. Is there ever an end goal? Or do we constantly revolutionize as we continue to evolve? We may set a career, monetary and family goals, etc. But once those goals have been achieved, are we ever fulfilled? Or are we then focusing on the next stage or milestone to achieve? I myself like to keep my brain mentally stimulated and have annual goals to which I strive to attain, such as destination holidays, career goals, new cooking skills, and so forth. If I didn't have constant goals to work towards, I myself would feel stagnant. But that is for me personally. Someone else may not feel that way, each to their own. It's important to find what works for you and your individual journey. It's good to take a step back to review your goals. Sometimes goals roll over to another year or become redundant. I have removed a goal quite recently. It was for a qualification. It no longer aligns to my short-term career focus. That is why I removed the goal. There are no two paths which are the same. One may strive to continue to learn, acquiring academic qualifications, whereas another may just be focused on achieving personal experiences, or being one with nature, being outside in the great outdoors, meditation and yoga retreats, or high fitness goals focusing on agility, stamina, and/or strength. What's your focus? Do you have one? What are you continuing to work on and accomplish? Share your comments down below in the description. I think it's important to concentrate on our individual goals and personal achievements. Once we start comparing ourselves to friends and family, we then start benchmarking. Theodore Roosevelt once said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." I find it to be true. You are pleased with your personal achievements, then your mood starts to disintegrate when you measure it up against another's successes. Another great quote is, "Other people's lives seem better than yours because you're comparing their director's cuts with your behind the scenes." Evan Rauch. When you compare your life to someone else's that looks glamorous, stress-free, and easy, it's all the pleasurable sights you are looking at, not when they were starting out. The time they were driving their first or second car, which is no way near as nice and desirable as the car you now see them driving. Each success has a journey, and whilst the beginning and middle stages may not be acknowledged, they were the key stages that enable that person to be where they are today. Some of the most successful people on the planet encountered some bumps along the road before making it big. Just a couple examples of who turned their worst defeats into their greatest triumphs. The icon Beyoncé was in a girl group named Girls Tyme. The group entered a TV talent show. It was the American Idol of the time, then named Star Search. Unfortunately, the girl group lost. Their dreams were crushed, and on national television, too. Beyoncé was then part of a group, Destiny's Child, and they became hugely popular, selling more than 60 million records worldwide. Beyoncé went on to establish a successful solo career, known for her remarkable talent of singing, dancing, and acting. She is one of the highest-earning black musicians of all time. J.K. Rowling, one of the best-selling and wealthiest authors in the world, known for the Harry Potter book series. When Rowling decided to write her story about the boy wizard, she sent the manuscript for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone to publishers. She received rejections from every single one. If she was to stop there, would she be where she is today? Sometimes, I wonder if my expectations on myself is too high due to the various goals and projects I might be juggling during a given time. Quite often my peers express that I need to slow down. Yet, whilst they are expressing concern, they could also be projecting what might be their own limitation. There is a thin line, which could cross the borders of perfectionism. One example is someone writing a book, figuring out when is the final draft of the book ready. It could quite simply be using feedback from others, or constantly revising the book and never putting it out. Extreme cases of perfectionism could result in chronic stress and/or anxiety. In life you could have everything planned out precisely, but things may not go exactly according to plan. Why? Because life happens, people may not comply. Be at peace with that, because you can't control it. Implementing a principle of good enough does not mean that you should necessarily strive to do low-quality work. Rather, it means that you should clearly identify what good means in your circumstances, based on the outcomes of your work, and what you're hoping to achieve. This will vary in different scenarios, and in some cases your standard for good enough might still end up being quite high. However, it's vital to live in the moment and be grateful and appreciative of where you are today. Tomorrow will be a greater and better day if you believe it will. It sure worked out for Beyoncé and J.K. Rowling. That's it for this episode. If you have any topics to talk through, please send them over. Contact email is down below in the description. In the meantime, keep thinking with the glass half full and living your best life all day and every day.